Welcome everyone. I'm Julie Petty, the Aquaculture Policy and Project Officer with Seafood Industry Australia. I work predominantly with SIA's Aquaculture Advisory Committee, which was established in late 2021 to absorb some of the responsibilities of the National Aquaculture Council. Now, we've got a lot of work ahead of us on topics anything from myth busting to biosecurity, labour shortages and product labelling integrity, just to name a few. But the good news is this is a really exciting time for aquaculture, which is now the largest sector in the domestic seafood industry, accounting for 51% of total GDP. The AAC has representatives from Australia's key aquaculture sectors, and in this short series, we're going to meet those representatives, hear a little bit about their sector, its challenges, and what led them to join the AAC. So joining me today is Kim Hooper, Executive Officer of Australian Prawn Farmers Association. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you, Julie. Hi.
Hi. So Kim sits on SIA's Aquaculture Advisory Committee representing farmed prawns. Kim, can you tell me just a little bit about yourself and the farm prawn sector, please?
Sure. So I'm the Executive Officer, as you've mentioned, and the hat that I wear is quite varied. I handle all of the policy, media, advocacy, etc. And the industry itself is rapidly expanding, which is great to see. And we have quite a number of farms expanding, and our tonnage has gone up to, from 4 years ago, was around the 4,000, just 4,500, and now we're up around the 10,000. So it is increasing quite rapidly. And with that comes a lot of opportunities as well as some challenges.
Yeah, that's really exciting times, but a bit of pressure too there, I guess. So the AAC has been developed to further the aquaculture sector's position in a variety of areas, including operations, environmental management, fish and crustacean health. I'm really interested to understand what led you to join the AAC.
So I was led to join the AAC because I could see through previous work by Seafood Industry Australia that they're very, very good at being cohesive and collaborative and working well with both the industries, seafood industry, as well as government. And I felt that what we had tried to do as an association over the last few years is make, the other sectors more aware of the work that we undertake, be more collaborative with research projects, etc., and work on common goals. And the AAC certainly looked to be working on the opportunity, I guess, for these common goals that we could do very much cross-sector, and work not just with aquaculture, but also with wild catch as well.
Yeah. What do you think the two biggest sort of common goals or challenges are for the sector?
Certainly collaboration. I think it's still quite disjointed. And when I'm talking about collaboration, I'm also talking about education, because a lot of fantastic work that's being done in the aquaculture area is done in silo and you don't know about it. And what can be, some work that's undertaken in one area within a sector, so for example, with us, with say prawn provenance, is something that might be of interest to other aquaculture sectors, but they don't know about it. So I think that certainly the challenge there is making sure, and that, I guess the challenge is that's quite disjointed, and the opportunity through AAC is that we can be a lot more cohesive and share that information.
I've certainly seen that already with the different topics and programs that each of the sectors are involved in. Like we've certainly seen that information sharing already, which has been really helpful.
Yes, I've seen it as well already, which is great. Yeah.
I mean, aside from that need to be more collaborative and work less in those silos, is there anything else that you'd like to see achieved while you're with the AAC, or other challenges you'd like to see the group tackle?
Yeah, certainly a united voice on those common issues, especially when we're talking with government. A lot of us, or some of us, are very skilled with dealing with government. My previous background obviously was as a chief of staff, so I've got a lot of that experience with advocacy and dealing with politicians. But it can become white noise if you've got too many people with sort of the same agenda, saying the same thing and trying to talk to politicians and get that message across, can turn into a bit of white noise. Whereas with AAC and SIA as a united voice, we could get in the door, speak with those key decision makers in the department as well, and really make some progress. And we've seen that certainly with some of the biosecurity and the rights, etc., resource allocation. So I think that it is really, I guess, another key point that is such a good opportunity for the AAC and aquaculture in Australia.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Look, final question. You guys are a member of SIA. Is there anything particular that sort of caught your interest and led you to join?
There's quite a number actually. I guess that getting the information that was, again, we didn't really know what was going on within the seafood industry, and SIA has been providing that. I guess the newsletters, etc., that come out, providing that information. Myself is very time poor, and there's a lot of submissions to do, there's a lot of advocacy to do, especially around those key challenges of biosecurity, etc. And SIA have their finger on the pulse. They know which submissions are coming. We can share that information and assist in some of those submissions so that we can have a really strong voice with those really key important areas. So SIA, we're a member of because of that particular reason, as well as it's a very professional outfit. So for example, with the media, with Veronica as CEO, that's any information or challenges that we have that don't just affect us but would affect other aquaculture or even wild caught can be really worked on by a very good, strong professional body, and that's what SIA does. So that's why we're members of the SIA.
Thank you. That's a lovely compliment. And as someone new, I'd have to agree. It's a pretty efficient sort of team we've got working for the industry. Look, Kim, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure talking to you. For anyone who's watching and you're not yet a member of SIA, I encourage you to pop along to our website and click on the Join SIA tab to find out a little bit more about how you can come on board. But other than that, thank you, and we'll talk soon, I'm sure.
Lovely. Thanks, Julie.